Hello, Algebra 1. This is just an answer to some questions on problem number 23. I'm on the Rationalizing the Denominator, the number 6, number 1. This is problem 23. And there's a few different ways to approach this. Where I like to start is if anything in here can be simplified. This is just a fraction in the radicand. And in this case, 6 divided by 2, that's just the number 3. So I like to start there and just get the square root of 3c over d cubed. Now, I could simplify it to 3 over 1, but since 1 times anything is itself, I don't really need to write the 1 there. So, what next? Well, I would use your quotient rule, and we would have the square root of 3c over the square root of d cubed. Now, I can't do anything with this numerator here. The square root of 3c, that's simplified as far as it can be. But the square root of d cubed, there's a perfect square factor of d cubed. So I would have the square root of 3c over the square root of, if I wanted to show all of my work, d squared times the square root of d. Okay, now the square root of d squared, that's just d. So I get the square root of 3c over d times the square root of d. Now, the reason why I'm not done here is I still have a radical in the denominator of the fraction. So to rationalize that, we'll just multiply by the square root of d over the square root of d. And when we multiply straight across, we get the square root of 3cd over, now the square root of d times the square root of d, that's just the number d, letter d. D times d is d squared. Now, there's no radical in the denominator. There's no fractions in a radical. There's no perfect square factors in the radicand. I am done. Have a nice day, folks.